Queen City, what's going on? Welcome to another Thursday night edition of Captain's Meeting podcast. Tonight, we are not actually prepping for a tournament, so this is not an official Captain's Meeting, but we are here with a sponsor interview. We have Mr. Ricky Harris backstage from Omnia Fishing, and he's going to talk to us about some really cool things specific to tournament series in general, but then specific to Queen City kayak bass fishing. So Omni has been on board with us for 2 years, and Ricky and I started talking in the off season this year about some things we were going to do, and we are ready to roll it out as we move into event 3, Santee Cooper. So a couple things before we jump into that. The online events are still active, and those have until the 15th to register for. I think there's 7 in each, or there may be 8 in one of them right now. So pretty good little turnouts. They are legal. The South Carolina event is legal to double dip on the 29th at Santee Cooper. So I would not waste that opportunity when you're catching 24 inchers to throw them in the online event. So think about that by the 15th if you want to jump in. And then, like I said, we are moving to event 3. This is going to be the first full Southern Lake event that Blaine will be hosting this season down in Clarendon County. We are extremely excited to be down there. This is going to be one of our bigger events. We're hitting it in prime time. Let's just hope Mother Nature doesn't do anything crazy, and we should see some ginormous bags come out of Santee Cooper. So that's on March 29th. Blaine will be in charge. We will do a captain's meeting just like this the Thursday before the event, give you guys Friday to travel, get prepped, not worry about talking to me on a Friday night. And then you guys will kick off and fish early that morning. We're rocking. We can't believe it's already the 3rd event. Pretty crazy, but things are moving well. We've had 94 and 97 anglers the first 2 events. So we're averaging right about 95, 96 guys a tournament. We do think this will be about 120 down at Santee Cooper, which will put us over the 100 average for the season. So things are going well. It's been a fun year so far with the motor conversations, and we've paid out a lot of money. I think Ryan said we're right at about $20,000 in 2 tournaments. So that's freaking awesome. And part of our entry fee deal is not our entry fee. Part of our number of anglers is going to tie into what Ricky's going to talk about tonight. So because we are a large series, you guys are going to have a special little incentive to win even more. So we're going to bring him on and we're going to talk to him. Hulsey's backstage talking shit. He's actually on time for the one he didn't get an invite for. But it's a little short one, Ryan, tonight. You can hang out and meet Ricky virtually. But Rick, let's get in here and let's talk about it. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, Vinny, how's it going, man?
Going well. Let me start off publicly by apologizing for being late to you and to the series. I was at the batting cages, and you never turned down some good instruction from Ezzy's trainer, so we ran a couple minutes behind. But here we are.
Oh, no worries. Absolutely. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, man, we're excited to talk to you. I really haven't told anyone about what we're doing here, so I think it's going to be a good shock or a good incentive for most. So where are you joining us from tonight? Where are you located?
Yes, I'm located in Stanford, Kentucky. If you're not familiar with where that's at, it's almost right in the dead center part of the state of Kentucky. So
awesome.
Some of the lakes I'm close to are Lake Cumberland, not too far from Del Hollow Lake, which borders Kentucky, Tennessee. Laurel River Lake is another one too.
Nice. We have a group of guys that's coming out to Del Hollow for the best BASS event out there next month.
Okay.
I think it's next month.
It'd be a lot of fun. It's a phenomenal lake.
Yeah, they're looking forward to it. I'm in a group chat with them, and I hardly fish anymore, but I know they're excited to get out there. So,
yeah.
But look, so I usually say this to sponsors: talk to us like we have no idea who you are or what your product is. But in your case, we really don't know much. So fill us in on what Omnia Fishing is, does, sells before we even jump into what we really are here for.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Omnia Fishing, for you guys that aren't familiar, it's, we are a fishing tackle retailer, no different than Tackle Warehouse, Bass Pro Shops, whomever. We sell hundreds of different brands of tackle. We ship nationally. We're based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I actually work remote here in Kentucky, but Omnia is actually based out of Minneapolis. We ship all across the United States. And kind of what separates us and kind of makes us unique from a lot of the other retailers is, we have a lot of different features and information available that's available nowhere else as an angler. So when you go to Omnia's site, and I'll share my screen real quick, just for reference, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about here. Um, but really, Omnia, ever since the beginning, our goal has always been to, provide people with the most information and, data that we possibly can on the products that they like to fish, the lakes that they like to fish, and, truly giving, our intention is to give that, experience that you would get going into a local tackle store where you're able to talk about the local lakes and the products that they sell with someone that's actually knowledgeable and can provide, value to you outside of just being someone to, sell you the baits or rod or reel, whatever it may be. So can you see my screen here? Okay, Vinny?
Yeah, I can see it great. I put a comment to see if other people can see it. Hopefully we
Okay,
can
perfect.
get a comment or two. It looks good here. I mean, you were small on the side, so.
Yeah, like I said, just let me know. But this essentially, you go to the homepage here. I've got an account created already, so there at the top it says "Welcome back, Ricky," and I've got my, I can view my full dashboard here. But just here at the homepage, this is kind of your traditional shopping experience. You can search by different categories here, but this really is one of the things that makes us unique is if you go to our map, we have what we call our shop by lake capabilities. And essentially, you see all these pins that are laid out all across the screen here. We'll go to, we were talking about Santee. So, here we'll go to Lake Marion, for instance. We provide so much information about the lakes that, anglers are wanting to fish. So, here, for instance, Lake Marion, we have a bunch of different information as far as the current temperature, the high and low for the day. The water temperature, even some information about like the average depth and size. And then you'll see here, we've got we'll call local fishing report summaries. So we have thousands of ambassadors all across the country that file fishing reports for us and have been for years and years now. And, that's one of the things that we're able to provide all of this information from is from real anglers. This isn't just stuff that's made up or assumed. This is actually real data from guys that have been out there on the water and fished and actually reported this information to us. So, just looking at like Lake Marion here, there's 61 reports available to look at just about springtime fishing for largemouth.
That guy up top's got a QC identifier in his picture. So,
yeah. And it's, that's, there's, really all across the country, it's, amazing the amount of fishing reports we have now. I think there's over 40,000
wow.
30,000, a little over 30,000 now. And it's, it's a big part of kind of who we are is, we've had our ambassador program ever since the beginning, and it's something that's available to anyone to apply to. You start out at the bronze level and you can work your way up to silver and then to gold. And then, even potentially eventually to blue, like some of our pro anglers, like, Seth Fider, Patrick Walters, Easton Fothergill, guys like that. So, even those guys have fishing reports and things on here that you can look at too. So, it's an array of reports and information from all different kinds of anglers. There's, tournament anglers here, just like this one here. There's, professional anglers, professional guides, that, so many different guys that we have across the country that are filing reports and, fishing these lakes and things. And it's, that's really kind of in the beginning, the shot by lake capability is something that we've had for a little while now. And, we've really just kind of improved on it over time. And, but one of the things here that I'll show you, this kind of goes into our pro membership. So what our pro membership is it's, essentially a membership service where you pay $49 for the year. And what you do is there's kind of two facets to it. So you have the shopping commerce benefits. So you get free shipping with no minimums as an Omnia Pro member. So if you just need a couple bags of trick worms or, a pack of jig heads, whatever it may be, you can place an order for that and get free shipping all year as a pro member. In addition to that, you also get 10% cash back on all your purchases in the form of credit back into your account.
Nice.
Just like I showed you earlier here, if you go to my dashboard, you look, I've got $15 right now currently in credits that I can use on anything. So, that's, there's so much information and things that we provide, on the mapping side too with Pro. So I'll go back here to the map and kind of show you. We have this section over here, and I'm logged in as Pro member. So these map layers and things will not be available without Pro, but you can still interact with the lakes and get the information. You can look at the Omnia AI insights for all the lakes, and you can still view all that kind of information. But this is where this is kind of one of the things that I've been really excited about, and I was excited to kind of show you guys. So if you go here, these are the different map layers that we have that you can look at. And one of the things too, that makes us unique is we have Navionics cartography. It's exclusive to our app, which we have a state-of-the-art app that you can use on your mobile phone or a tablet, either one. But we actually have all of Navionics cartography on all of these lakes. So, it's essentially, it's no different than, if you had the Navionics app and we're looking at it, that way. We just have, a lot of additional supporting information, to go along with that. So, in addition to that, just going down through here, we have several of the CMAP features. I don't know if a lot of you guys are familiar with the CMAP stuff, but all that is kind of socially generated. So it's, users of CMAP are the ones that actually report that information and stuff. So, naturally there's not, as much full coverage with some of the CMAP stuff like there is the true Navionics cartography. But, there's a lot of places that you can see some really cool stuff, like, looking at vegetation, bottom hardness. And some of them are really, really helpful. But like I said, they're not, not totally available for every single lake. But this one right here is one I really wanted to touch on because it's, there's nobody else that has anything like this. And it's something that I found so much value in as an angler myself, is our high resolution historical water temperature. So kind of looking at this, what it looks like, we're on Lake Marion here right now. So this is essentially showing you what the water temperature is at different points throughout the lake during just kind of a snapshot in time. This is updated daily for the average just water temperature itself. But what you're able to do is you can actually click, and you see how the lake is highlighted in green now. You can actually go back and look at other dates and see how that water temperature has changed from then to now. So, like this, you go all the way back to February 8th and then come back to here too. So
nice.
That's one thing that's, so valuable. All of you guys know fishing tournaments and things, how much time it can consume just going and checking some places and, seeing what the water temperature is. We also have one of the map layers that we have as well as water clarity. So you can also see there's a shading there, showing you how, dirty or clear, some places on the lake are, which is, again, you know how valuable that information can be. But like I said, all of this, and, we have weather layers as well. Like I said, I won't go through every single one of these, but wind is probably the one that I think is the most beneficial. It's
yeah, we're in kayaks, so yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me kind of zoom out here, and I'll show you there's not the wind's not really blowing around there right now. But if we go down in here to Texas, you can kind of see this a little bit better. We'll zoom in on this lake here for reference, but you see how these pins are moving across the screen, and you can obviously see this a lot better, on your own personal screen. But you can actually see, not only what direction the wind's blowing, but you actually are able to see exactly what banks that wind is directly hitting. Which I think is a really, really cool feature to be able to see actually on top of the lake, because I don't know if it's, the same for everybody, but for me, it's difficult a lot of times when you're actually out on the water to look at, your typical weather app or whatever it may be. And then it says, oh, the wind's coming out of the southwest. It's hard for me to kind of visualize that, in different areas throughout the lake other than where I'm sitting. So it's really handy to be able to actually see those pins moving across the screen. And there's a, different gradient depending on the wind speed that it has there. So like I said, those are just, kind of some of the features that are available with Pro and our Pro technology. But again, that's, just an aspect of what we do, but that's part of what's included in our Pro membership. And So kind of talking about our pro membership, that's really what ties into our contingency program that we're going to be offering.
Now, do you have those graphics you sent me pulled up, or do you want me to save them and pull them up?
You have them? I don't have them.
No, I can quickly send them to myself and grab them.
Okay, perfect. Let me stop sharing my screen here real quick. I'm going to just kind of talk about the contingency program. So essentially how it's going to work, guys, is everyone that fishes Queen City Kayak that is a pro member is going to be able to be eligible for a contingency prize for each event. And if you have pro, the highest placing finisher, so say you're come in 7th place, but 1st through 6th doesn't have pro, then you'll be eligible to win a gift card. And the way our contingency program is set up is based on the number of boats in the field. So the highest threshold is 70 plus boats. So with 70 plus boats for each event, we're going to be giving away a $300 gift card. So that's, pro membership is $49 for the year. And you have the opportunity to get $300, each event, and somebody could potentially win, multiple times too. So it's, something that could be, really, really lucrative. It can add up very quickly. And another.
Now it is a gift card, correct? It's a gift card.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
With that, and the gift card itself, I can issue that digitally if the winner prefers, and just have it go straight into their account, or they can use a traditional gift card, enter that whatever method they prefer. But I'm open to whatever is
probably digitally. Let me so I'm going to throw this up here. I just brought them in. So those of you who are watching are going to watch this later. We should be over 70 for almost every tournament. I don't imagine why we wouldn't be. And this is going to apply to the main series. So you got a shot by becoming a pro member to earn a $300 gift card almost every tournament you fish this year. Now, we've missed 2, but Omnia is going to make that up in the TOC. So we'll talk about that maybe later at another time. But $300 for your initial $49.99, not even talking about the benefits, is a pretty good deal.
Yeah, absolutely. And one other thing too that I wanted to announce here too is we actually are going to be offering from now until the end of March a code just special for these guys. And what it is, the code, we'll put it up and make sure we share it with everyone, but it's going to be QCKBF Pro. And what that'll do is when you use that code and purchase your pro membership for the year, you'll get a $50 gift card on your account. So, it's basically, kind of a risk-free, opportunity to go ahead and get pro, be eligible for, the contingencies that'll be available throughout the year, and, have a $50 gift card to spend there right away. So
essentially they're becoming a pro member for free, because every fishing addict in here is going to spend $50 on baits and lures in 2 seconds. So they're becoming a pro member for free. They're getting all the stuff that the benefits get, plus they got a shot at getting a gift card every tournament. So, I mean, pretty much a no-brainer on a Thursday night.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's, something we really wanted to extend that and, kind of open up this offer of, kind of essentially a risk-free trial. We want you guys to try us out and see, we want your feedback too. What, some of the things that you guys, so much of the evolution of our mapping and technology and some of the things that we can do. One thing I didn't touch on that I should have is you actually have the ability to create waypoints with Omnia Pro, and you can actually import and export your waypoints from your electronics through Pro. It's really the only app available that makes it fairly easy to do that. But what's really cool, Vinny, is you can actually take your waypoints from your graph, pull them into your Omnia Pro account, and then things for like the water temperature, for instance, you can go back and look at what the water temperature was on those waypoints, at certain points of time, look at clarity. It's really, really interesting when you're able to take those waypoints and then bring those in there, in order to see that. That's probably one of my favorite features, but that's just, one of many. And like I said, if there's ever, if anybody has any questions or anything, so my email's ricky@omniafishing.com. Like I said, it'll be on the that graphic there with the contingency that we'll share out. But feel free if there's ever any questions that you have, or anything about the contingency, or just anything we have to offer at Omnia. I know there's so much information that we provide and you have access to that. I'm happy to help with anybody that has any questions.
So I put Landon's question up there. Landon is a longtime Queen City angler and sponsor. Seems he's already a pro member. So I guess, I don't know, Landon, what do you want to know? If you qualified last month and he owes you a gift card, is that what I'm seeing here? Or is he qualified automatically moving forward for Santee Cooper?
Yeah, absolutely. If you're already a pro member, then you're already qualified to, there's nothing else that you need to do. So yeah, if you've already got pro, you're already a step ahead of half the field.
So I think what I'm going to do, guys, and Ricky, we talked about this on the phone before. I'm going to put a Google Drive, and if you are a pro member, I'm going to ask you to put your name in the Google folder in the sheet. And are they going to have an ID number or something like that I should have?
Yeah, there's not really anything we need. Once once you guys create your account, if you'll just let me or Vinny, either one, know just what email that you use to create your account, just so that way we know and can verify that you do have pro. That's really, but there's not anything.
So name and email. All right, yeah. So we'll get that once we edit this post later with the text. I'll put that Google link there, and like Landon, you'll be number one. You'll go in, type your name and your email, and come in March 29th, you're fishing for a $300 gift card. So I'm sure he's not the only one, but we only have right at this moment 9 people in here. So, but it gets viewed after.
Yeah, like I said, feel free. If anyone has any questions, like I said, feel free to shoot me an email and let me know. Like I said, I'm happy to talk through anything, or like I said, anything we have here to offer at Omnia. Another thing too, we talked about, Vinny, that I wanted to offer up. If there's any products, or things, stuff that you guys use that maybe we're not carrying. Like I said, I'd really love to get some feedback on the assortment too. So, we're always open to, we're constantly growing, adding new products, new brands, and things like that. So, feedback from anglers, like you guys is, what helps us do that. It's.
Can I bring up the 2 companies I brought up earlier?
Yeah, for sure.
So guys who are listening or going to listen, I told Ricky that we got to talk to John Martin and Brian Souza and get True South Custom Lures and BizBaits up on Omnia Fishing website. But as you watch this, drop something in the comments, because the comments will populate as you put them in, and let Ricky know what you'd like to see on the website. What products are you using right now? What are you throwing in the water every month when we're fishing here at Queen City? And if they don't have them, maybe they can get them, specifically geared towards the kayak angler or the Queen City angler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody just said True South. So yeah, definitely I can get you in contact with those guys, like I said, if need be. He might even be in here. But yeah, so I threw up obviously the graphic that I had already shared about the contingency program. That was kind of like my little teaser. I threw up how much we'll be fishing for. I'm going to assume most of them are going to be 300. Possibly we land in the 200 once or twice. And then I threw up the rules. We don't have any team tournaments. Well, we have team divisions, but not necessarily team tournaments. So we don't have to worry about that bottom paragraph there. But it's all of our main events, right? So 3 through 10, that's what we're using here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. So there's, like I said, there's not many in here, but if anybody's got a question, let's ask it now. If you have a company you want to see, comment, and we won't keep Ricky any longer if we don't need to. But Ricky, while they're typing, if they're typing, I do appreciate you coming on. I know it's late at night on a Thursday, on a weeknight, but we try to stay consistent here. I try not to bother guys on Fridays because they don't want to hear me, right? They're tying lures and loading up kayaks. So we try to do everything on Thursday night around here.
Yeah, and so looks again, I really appreciate you having me on. Like I said, this is that I'd probably be doing something like this, if I was off camera. I've been a fisherman, my entire life, and I've fished competitively. I fished, in college, and I fished some, different tournament trails and things. And, so I eat, sleep, and breathe fishing. Always have. So,
Awesome. Well, I was a big time kayak competitor for the last 12 years or so. Last year and this year, I haven't really touched the rod. My primary focus has shifted over to travel and competitive softball with my daughter. So fishing had to take a break, but it'll come back one day. And we're still running the series, obviously, for the guys here in the Carolinas, and everybody's having a good time. So
Yeah. Yeah, big thing that I do is I fish a lot of night tournaments, which is actually kind of how I started into, fishing, tournaments in general. But, here in Kentucky, I don't know if it's this way down where you guys are at, but really from May until September, you can find a night tournament almost every night of the week around here. Something like a 6 to 10, 7 to 11, something like that. And then we have some all nighters on some of the bigger lakes like Dale Hollow and Cumberland. We'll do like 7 to 7.
nice.
They're pretty brutal. They're not as easy as they used to be when I was a little bit younger, but it's a lot of fun. That's
Yeah, we have so the two lakes in this general region, right where we are right here in Charlotte, Lake Wiley, and then actually Mountain Island Lake in the middle and Lake Norman. Those three lakes have night tournaments like 3 days a week, 4 days a week, every freaking week, starting like right now, like March, April, and then it never ends. So it's there's so much opportunity here in the Carolinas. It's wild, and we usually don't have a real winter. It did get a little cold this year. We did see some of that nasty white stuff a couple times, but you can fish here all year long, all year long. So it's fun.
Yeah, we're pretty much the same in Kentucky for the most part. Like I said, it will get a little bit colder, but we have a lot of smallmouth, and it's when water temps get even down in those 40s, you can still catch some smallmouth pretty well. So we actually had a lot of snow this winter though, so it was definitely tougher than it normally is, and a lot colder
Yeah,
than it normally is.
you probably got hit on the same two systems that got us.
Yeah,
We got. I mean, what do we get? For us, it's like half an inch. They shut the world down, but
yeah,
we got a half an inch twice, and everything shut down twice. But I know it came through like west to east, and I'm sure you guys got hammered.
yeah. There was one point we had 3/4 of an inch of ice and about 8 inches of snow.
Woo! Yeah.
That was we're not cut. We'll get 3-4 inches, sometimes, but typically it melts in a day or two, and
Yeah.
that stuff lasted for almost 2 weeks. So
Oh wow.
it was it was one of the biggest ones I've seen in a long time.
Wow. All right. Well, look, I want to talk to you off camera, so we can get a couple things dialed in, but nobody's commenting, and we're hitting that 30-minute mark, which is where people's drives to work, so they can watch this in the morning.
Yeah.
But guys, thanks for tuning in. We're going to get a Google Sheet updated for you all so you can put your membership there. We are going to put a paragraph of exactly what we spoke about in case you just don't have the time to sit and listen. And I'm going to post these graphics for you all. And that special $49.99 gift card is going to run from now until the night before Santee Cooper. So you're essentially getting Pro for free. Take advantage of it. We should sell a lot of memberships between now and then. So take advantage of it. And if you need anything, you can always reach out to Ricky. And Ricky, you'll put your email there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. So Queen City, thank you very much. Ricky, I'm going to kick us in the back, play a little outro video, and then me and you can chit chat for a minute.
All right. Sounds great, man. Thank you.
Cool, man. Thanks.